The great spiritual teacher Paramahansa Yogananda taught that we are not merely physical beings subject to the whims of circumstance and emotion, but rather divine souls capable of mastering our inner states through the power of consciousness. In his teachings, he emphasized that negative emotions are not our true nature, they are temporary clouds that obscure the sun of our inner joy and peace. Learning to disconnect from these destructive feelings and recharge ourselves with spiritual energy is one of the most practical and transformative skills we can develop. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, give me a like, comment below about your thought and hit subscribe button so you don't miss any video inspired by Yogananda's teaching. Thank you very much. Yogananda understood that modern life presents countless opportunities for negativity to take root in our consciousness. Disappointment, anger, fear, jealousy, and depression can seem to arise automatically in response to external events. We lose a job, experience rejection, face criticism, or encounter obstacles, and immediately our emotional state plummets. We identify so completely with these feelings that we believe we are our emotions. When we say, "I am angry," or "I am depressed," we are making a fundamental error in self-identification. Yogananda would remind us that we are not these passing states, we are the eternal consciousness that witnesses them. The first step in disconnecting from negative emotions is to recognize that they are not you. They are temporary visitors in the house of your consciousness. Just as clouds pass across the sky without changing the sky itself, emotions move through your awareness without altering your essential nature. This recognition alone begins to create space between your true self and the emotional turbulence you experience. When you can observe your anger rather than being consumed by it, you have already begun the process of liberation. Yogananda taught that negative emotions are sustained by our attention and energy. When we dwell on grievances, replay hurtful conversations in our minds, or imagine worst-case scenarios, we are actively feeding these destructive states. Our mental energy flows where our attention goes, and if we continuously direct it toward negativity, we strengthen those neural pathways and emotional patterns. The mind becomes habituated to negativity, and we find ourselves trapped in cycles of pessimism and despair. Breaking free requires a conscious redirection of our mental energy. One of the most powerful techniques Yogananda offered for disconnecting from negative emotions is the practice of withdrawal. Just as a turtle withdraws its limbs into its shell for protection, we can learn to withdraw our consciousness from the turbulent surface of the mind into the calm depths of our being. This is not suppression or denial of emotions, it is a strategic retreat to a place of inner strength from which we can observe and ultimately transform our emotional states. The practice of withdrawal begins with conscious relaxation. Yogananda emphasized that tension in the body creates tension in the mind, and vice versa. When negative emotions arise, they are almost always accompanied by physical tension, clenched jaw, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, contracted stomach. By systematically relaxing the body, we begin to release the grip of negative emotions. Find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Without forcing or controlling it, simply observe the natural rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. As you watch your breath, begin to scan your body for areas of tension. When you find tightness, consciously release it. Let your shoulders drop, soften your facial muscles, unclench your hands. With each exhalation, imagine tension flowing out of your body like water draining from a vessel. As the body relaxes, the mind naturally begins to quiet. This is when you can practice the deeper withdrawal that Yogananda taught. Imagine that your consciousness is like a light that has been scattered across the surface of your mind, illuminating every worry, fear, and negative thought. Now consciously gather that light and draw it inward, away from the periphery of your awareness toward your center. Withdraw your attention from external circumstances, from the stories you tell yourself about what happened or what might happen, from the judgments and interpretations that fuel negative emotions. Draw your awareness to the still point at the center of your being, the place that exists before thought, before emotion, before the turbulence of the mind. In this place of inner stillness, you can begin to charge yourself with positive energy. Yogananda taught that we are connected to an infinite source of divine energy, and that we can consciously draw upon this source to replenish ourselves. He often spoke of the body as a battery that can become depleted through stress, negative thinking, and unconscious living. Just as we plug in our electronic devices to recharge them, we must learn to plug ourselves into the cosmic source of energy that sustains all life. The breath is one of the primary channels through which we can draw in this life force energy, which Yogananda called prana. When we breathe consciously and deeply, we are not merely taking in oxygen, we are absorbing vital energy that nourishes every cell of our being. Practice breathing slowly and deeply, imagining that with each inhalation you are drawing in pure, luminous energy. Visualize this energy as golden light entering your body, filling your lungs, spreading through your bloodstream, energizing every organ and tissue. As you exhale, imagine that you are releasing all toxins, all negativity, all heaviness. The breath becomes a pump that circulates fresh energy throughout your system while eliminating what no longer serves you. Yogananda also taught the importance of charging the body through tension and relaxation exercises. By deliberately tensing and then releasing different muscle groups, we can increase the flow of energy throughout the body. Tense your entire body with a deep inhalation, holding the breath and the tension for several seconds, then release everything with a forceful exhalation. Repeat this several times, and you will feel a surge of vitality. This practice not only energizes the body but also helps to break up stagnant emotional patterns that may be stored in the muscles and tissues. Another powerful method for charging yourself is through the practice of affirmation. Yogananda was a strong advocate of using positive affirmations to reprogram the subconscious mind and align ourselves with higher states of consciousness. When negative emotions have taken hold, they create a negative mental atmosphere that attracts more negativity. Affirmations work to reverse this process by introducing positive, uplifting thoughts that gradually transform our mental environment. The key to effective affirmation is not mere repetition but deep feeling and conviction. Choose an affirmation that resonates with your current need. If you are struggling with fear, you might affirm, "I am courageous and strong. Divine power flows through me." If you are battling depression, you might say, "I am filled with joy and light. My true nature is bliss." Speak these words aloud or silently, but do so with your full attention and emotional energy. Feel the truth of what you are affirming. Imagine that these words are not wishful thinking but statements of your deepest reality. As you repeat the affirmation, visualize yourself embodying these qualities. See yourself moving through life with courage, radiating joy, expressing your divine nature. Yogananda emphasized that we must be persistent and patient with this practice. The subconscious mind has been conditioned by years or even lifetimes of negative programming. It will not transform overnight. But with consistent practice, affirmations begin to take root in the deeper layers of consciousness, and gradually you will find that your default emotional state shifts from negative to positive. The practice of meditation is perhaps the most comprehensive method Yogananda taught for disconnecting from negative emotions and charging ourselves with spiritual energy. In meditation, we go beyond the surface level of the mind where emotions arise and sink into the depths of pure consciousness. Here, in the silence beyond thought, we discover our true nature as beings of infinite peace and joy. Regular meditation practice creates a reservoir of inner strength that we can draw upon when faced with challenging circumstances. Yogananda taught specific meditation techniques designed to calm the mind and awaken spiritual energy. The practice of watching the breath, focusing at the point between the eyebrows, and listening to inner sounds all serve to withdraw consciousness from external distractions and negative mental patterns. As we sit in meditation day after day, we build a habit of inner peace that gradually permeates our entire life. We become less reactive to external events, less identified with passing emotions, more rooted in our essential nature. It is also important to recognize the role of lifestyle in our emotional state. Yogananda taught that what we eat, how we sleep, the company we keep, and the activities we engage in all affect our consciousness. A diet heavy in processed foods, excessive stimulants, or intoxicants creates chemical imbalances that make us more susceptible to negative emotions. Irregular sleep patterns deplete our energy and make it harder to maintain emotional equilibrium. Spending time with negative, critical, or energy-draining people pulls us down into lower states of consciousness. To charge ourselves effectively, we must create a lifestyle that supports our spiritual growth. Eat fresh, wholesome foods that nourish both body and mind. Establish regular sleep patterns that allow for deep rest and rejuvenation. Seek out the company of positive, uplifting people who inspire you to be your best self. Engage in activities that bring you joy and connect you with your higher nature, whether that is time in nature, creative expression, service to others, or spiritual study. Yogananda also taught the importance of cultivating gratitude as an antidote to negative emotions. When we focus on what is wrong in our lives, we create a consciousness of lack and dissatisfaction. When we consciously acknowledge our blessings, we shift into a consciousness of abundance and appreciation. Make it a daily practice to count your blessings. Before you go to sleep at night, reflect on at least 3 things you are grateful for. They need not be grand: the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, a moment of laughter. As you cultivate this habit of gratitude, you will find that your baseline emotional state becomes more positive and resilient. Finally, Yogananda reminded us that we are not alone in our struggle with negative emotions. We have access to divine grace and guidance if we are willing to ask for it. Prayer is not begging an external deity for favors, it is opening ourselves to the infinite intelligence and love that pervades all existence. When you feel overwhelmed by negativity, turn your attention upward and inward. Speak to the divine presence within and around you. Ask for strength, for clarity, for the ability to see beyond your current emotional state. And then listen. In the silence that follows sincere prayer, guidance often comes, not necessarily as words, but as a feeling of peace, a sudden insight, or a shift in perspective. The journey from negative emotions to positive energy is not a one-time achievement but an ongoing practice. There will be days when negativity seems overwhelming, when old patterns reassert themselves, when you feel you have made no progress at all. In these moments, be gentle with yourself. Remember that transformation is a process, not an event. Each time you choose to withdraw from negativity, each time you consciously charge yourself with positive energy, you are strengthening your spiritual muscles and moving closer to the realization of your true nature. Yogananda's teachings offer us a complete system for emotional and spiritual transformation. By learning to disconnect from negative emotions through withdrawal and observation, by charging ourselves through breath, affirmation, meditation, and right living, and by cultivating gratitude and opening ourselves to divine grace, we can break free from the tyranny of destructive feelings and discover the joy that is our birthright. This is not merely a technique for feeling better. It is a path to self-realization, to the discovery of who we truly are beyond all the temporary states of mind and emotion. In that discovery lies lasting peace, unshakable joy, and the freedom we have always sought.